Hi guys, welcome to my affordable watch collection. My name is Aviv, and today we're taking a look at an interesting and very well built dive watch that has some familiar design traits borrowed from other popular divers, the Aries Gold Dreadnought. You'll have to excuse my coarse voice today because I do have a bit of a sore throat. This watch was kindly sent to the channel for free to review, and I don't have to give it back. That's why you saw that includes paid promotion tag in the beginning of this video, so do keep that in mind as you watch this review. However, besides providing the watch, Aries Gold had nothing to do with the content of this review, and you can expect my own honest opinion of this watch, together with all the information you need to know about it. Aries Gold is a Singaporean brand that has been around since 1970. They've been making their own watches in-house for over 50 years, and that's definitely something to admire. The Dreadnought is available in 7 different colorways and is sold for $279 through the Aries Gold website. This is what you can expect to get for your money. You get a cardboard box with the brand's name and the Roman representation for 1970 printed in black on top. Inside you'll find a very cool wooden box with a blue velvet top that has the same text embossed on it in silver. The interior is completely padded and covered with blue velvet. You get a 2 years warranty card and a little hang tag, and the watch sits on a wide velvety cushion. This is probably the most premium packaging I've personally seen at this price point. It is high quality, impressive, and just looks great. Okay, let's take a closer look at the watch. The width of the case is 44 millimeters, its thickness is 14, the distance between the lugs is 22 millimeters, and the bracelet tapers down to 20 millimeters at the clasp. Lug tip to lug tip is almost 48.5 millimeters, and after resizing it to fit my wrist, the watch does have some heft to it at 179 grams. The stated water resistance here is 20 atmospheres, which roughly translates to 200 meters of underwater pressure. The dial is black with a matte finish, and going from the outside in, we have a black rehaut ring with a white printed minute and fifth of a minute track on it, with 2 digits, 01 to 12 Arabic numerals, marking the hours. On the edge of the dial you'll find another minute track, cleaner this time, with sideways facing lines every 5 minutes. The indices are all applied, highly polished and filled with lume. We have a large downwards facing triangle marking the 12 o'clock, and circles everywhere else except for the 3 o'clock marker that gives its place to a date complication window. The date wheel is white, and the numbers are printed on it in black. The brand's name is cleanly printed in white beneath the 12 o'clock triangle, and automatic 20 ATM is printed above the 6. The Dreadnought sports a set of classic dive-style hands, just like the ones you'll find on an SKX. They too are highly polished and filled with lume, and provide great legibility. The second hand features a lumed arrowhead tip. The lume used on the hands, indices, and the little lumed pip on the bezel is Swiss C5 Superluminova. It is about 90% of the strength of C3 Superluminova, but it does give a nice and satisfactory green glow that will last for a few hours. The case is made of 316L stainless steel and features a very beefy and angular design that, there's no way around it, looks a lot like a Seiko Samurai case. It is mostly brushed, but does have a polished section on the left side of the case. The crown at the 3 o'clock position is protected by those angular crown guards. It is signed with the brand's initials, and it screws down into place. Screw it out and twist up to manually wind the movement. pull it one click out and twist down to change the date, and pull it all the way out to set the time. The second hand stops when you do that, allowing for an accurate time setting. The bezel is made of stainless steel as well, and it too seems to be borrowed from the Samurai. It has the same texture on its edge that provides some grip, and the same thick polished upper edge that provides some visual depth and interest. It does also feature an aluminum dive time bezel insert, vivid blue colored on this variation of the Dreadnought. It has lines and numbers alternating in 5 minutes increments, a downwards facing trapezoid marking the 12 o'clock position with that loomed pip, and the first 17 minutes are individually marked as well. This is a 120 click unidirectional bezel that clicks smoothly and firmly, has no freedom or backplay, and aligns perfectly with both the dial and the printed minute track on the remote ring. Covering the dial is a flat, scratch-resistant sapphire crystal. It has a coat of anti-reflective material applied to it to help fight off some of the glare. The watch sports an exhibition case back with a mineral glass. This is a screw-down case back as you would expect of a diver, and engraved on the stainless steel ring it has quite a bit of information: Japan Automatic, Supiluminova, the brand's name and the Dreadnought's model number, which is 9029 in case you were wondering, stainless steel, sapphire crystal, and 20 ATM. Beating inside the Dreadnought is a Seiko NH35, probably the most common Japanese workhorse automatic movement. It has 24 joules and it beats at 21,600 beats per hour. It hacks and it hand winds, has 41 hours of power reserve once fully wound, and a stated accuracy of between -20 to +40 seconds per day. Experience teaches us that in reality, it will indeed perform much better than that. The bracelet is constructed of solid stainless steel links and end links, which is great news. It has a nice brushed finish on top and polished sides, and the links are held together with push pins. The clasp leaves a bit more to be desired, being pressed rather than milled. It does have a signed security latch, a double pusher security system, and 3 holes for micro adjustment. On wrist, it wears beautifully. I was kind of worried that it would be too large for my liking, but I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that on my 7-inch wrist, it wears very well. It is a very masculine watch and it has a lot of presence on the wrist. It is very comfortable and you can feel that it is well made in terms of the fit and finish. Legibility is pretty much perfect, with those wide hands and prominent indices contrasting well against the black background of the dial. The anti-reflective coating will allow you to read the time even in direct sunlight, and the lume will allow for good readability in the dark. Let's go over some of the pros and cons of the Aries Gold Dreadnought. There are fortunately just a couple of cons today, so we'll start with those. I would love to see a proper milled clasp fitted on the Dreadnought's bracelet. The pressed clasp doesn't feel cheap in any way, but I feel that a milled clasp does hold the ability to elevate an entire bracelet to feel much better quality. Screws to hold the links in place could be a better choice too, but given the price of this watch, are definitely not something to be expected. Besides that, I feel that the knurling on the bezel could provide better grip, especially when handled with gloves. But considering the fact that most of us are probably not going to take it diving anyway, that is by no means a deal breaker. Moving over to the pros, I think that Aries Gold managed to design a great dive watch that both looks great and wears great. It is well made with all the right materials. Stainless steel case, crown, bezel and bracelet that are all finished very well. AR coated sapphire crystal, Swiss loom and a reliable automatic movement. The dial looks clean and professional. The color of the bezel insert just pops out and the bezel action is great. The wooden box the watch comes in punches way above its price point. And let's not forget that this is a proper diver, sporting 200 meters of water resistance with a screw-down crown and case back. Overall, I think that the value proposition here is pretty awesome. Anyway, if you want to check the Dreadnought out for yourselves, I will put a link to it on Aries Gold's website in the description of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my affordable watch collection and hit the notification bell for more affordable watches related content. You can also follow me on Instagram and get to know me and my collection a little bit better, get all the news about the channel and connect with me on a more personal level. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy one of these two as well. I want to thank Aries Gold for sending this watch in for review, and of course to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.